Vladimir Putin has made a surprise visit to Russian-occupied Mariupol, his first visit to territory captured by his forces in the year-long full-scale conflict. The visit was an apparent act of defiance, coming just days after the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for him. It also prompted outrage from Ukraine. The defense ministry compared Putin to a thief visiting under the cover of night, with the city having been reduced to ruins in Russia's offensive. Putin was flown into Mariupol by helicopter and toured districts around the city in a car, footage released by Russian authorities showed. The Russian president is shown meeting seemingly surprised residents. Putin tells one man, "We need to start getting to know each other better." The Kremlin insisted the visit was spontaneous. It is not clear when it took place, although on Saturday Putin visited Crimea to mark the 9th anniversary of its annexation. Vladimir Putin's visit to Mariupol comes in the week that he was indicted by the International Criminal Court for the trafficking of children to all intents and purposes, and comes off the back of his visit to Crimea on Saturday for the 9th anniversary of its illegal annexation. This appears to be a show of strength, a chance for Putin to show his audience back home that he is undeterred and unfazed by the arrest warrant issued for war crimes. It's all for the cameras. It's to send a message back home that not only is it business as usual for him, but that he can go wherever he wants, including into mainland Ukraine. The Russian president has mainly been in Moscow throughout this war. He hasn't gone to the front lines really, in contrast to Volodymyr Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, who often goes to the front line to boost the morale of his troops. Mariupol is significant for Russia because it's the only large city they hold in mainland Ukraine. It's their only real victory in this war of attrition. Mariupol was also the scene of terrible fighting this time last year, and there are an awful lot of allegations of war crimes there that Putin may well have to answer to in future as well. This war is grinding on, and all indicators from both sides are that it could go on for a long time. But Ukraine has been determined to take back Mariupol since the day they lost it to Russian forces, and they are showing no signs of giving up that hope. And while people here will be disturbed by what they see, waking up to these pictures of Putin strolling around Mariupol, you could argue there is not much Putin does that surprises them anymore. It's the type of thing they might expect from him. I don't think it makes much difference to them anyway. The country remains united. They hate the war, but they remain determined to keep fighting. And President Putin turning up in occupied territory in Ukraine is not going to change that. If anything, it will probably make them more determined that he never gets to do it in future again.